Hey guys, this is Grayson Winter, and I'm making another live stream on my laptop, and I don't know why, but I'm making another live stream on my laptop. But this video is about like how I draw fur, and I draw fur a lot of times really differently. Like I draw fur differently a lot of times in different years in different time in my age. Like sometimes I drove. At first, I used to draw fur on MS Paint. Sorry if you hear my birds. I can't make them be quiet. But anyway, I used to draw fur in MS Paint. At first, I used the calligraphy brush a lot. Then I keep using the pencil brush, and then after that, I use GIMP. And then when I keep using GIMP, I decided to stop, and then I got Photoshop, and I watched a YouTube video how to get it for free. And probably no, Photoshop is not free. But if you want to do this strategy, you have to get like a other art program beside MS Paint, because MS Paint it doesn't have the settings. Number one, you have to have like a art program that have layers, so it can be easier. Two, you have to get a program that has like the dodge tool and all these tools right here. Number three, well, that's like you can download GIMP, you can download MyPaint, they're free, but Photoshop is definitely not free. First, I like look up the animals, see what fur color they're supposed to be. And by the way, if you want to look at the picture here, like there's two strategies I do it, but both of them are the same way, but it's differently. This one of them I do it like this one is pretty hard since you have to not. You can use any, but first you have to use any fur color. You can use any fur color or any color for the fur. Alright. And then after that, use like the dodge brush, like you can use midtones and highlights or midtones and shadows and stroke them kind of gently. Don't just rush. Like actually, I mostly do this first. Like I mostly put this on 3 picks or 2 picks. You get the smudge tool and make sure I have a smudge tool too, because if it doesn't, you're not gonna be able to do my strategy. Like you do it really gently. Don't try to rush. Like you do it gently. Make like it kind of makes like a fur pattern. And yes, I actually drew this. By the way, these two were the images, and this is, and the other one I showed you is what I drew. And I'm maybe 13 years old, and oh, 13 years old. 13-year-olds don't draw like that, but whatever. It depends on how many times you practice. Like, if you just sit there eating chips, don't practice, you're not gonna improve. But if you take your time and put your work in it, you can be able to do it well. Just like me drawing on paper, I'm not good at drawing fur, but if I take my time, practice and practice years and years, or go to art school, which most people do, most people just don't self-taught themselves, but they go to art school. Well, I might want to self-taught myself. It depends. If I feel like my art is not really great, I probably go to art school. But if it's like, oh, I'm okay with this, I probably won't keep. teaching myself until I develop. I'm at I'm like only 13 years old and I developed into this. This is not fake. This is not stage. This is not anything I actually do. And there's actual proof that I'm actually doing it. I mean, the smudge tool, it makes it like stretch out the fur. Like you do little bits until like I keep doing this all around the head until I got all the fur spot like this. I don't know really much what to say. I really highly apologize if my birds are way too loud. It's hard for me to tell them to be quiet because they're not gonna listen. They're pets. My brother does draw good. By the way, I self-taught myself. I don't. My parents don't teach me. No one in my family teaches me. I just taught myself how to draw because practice makes perfect. Like, if you want to do the easy. By the way, I'm doing this strategy. The color replacement strategy. Like, this is two strategy I put into. I do either the the normal strategy where I don't do the color replacement, or I do the color replacement technique where I actually do replace the colors last after I finish. Like first I look at the animal, like get pictures of. By the way, I'm doing a fox, a red fox. If if I want to see how if it's really well, I have to actually look at a picture of a red fox and then see how their fur works. At first, I always keep trying to draw realistically, but now I'm developing. I actually taking my time, not rushing. Like art is kind of like cooking because you have to take your time to make the food taste good. The art you have to take the time so it can look good for people and also if and cooking you put variety of flavors to make the food taste good. But after you do that, you have to like cook it. Be careful. I don't know really. I never experienced cooking because the only thing I know is how to use the microwave, grill. I don't know what I'm saying all this. I just don't know what else to say. Like I just like to concentrate when I drill, but don't really say nothing. But I don't want to make this video boring. But whenever if I feel like the color is like way too bright or way too dark for like the fur tones, I mostly change the background. Like sometimes I change it to purple, sometimes I change it to pink. And no, I'm not making the drawing hyper realistic. I just want to make it kinda realistic, like half in my way of how I draw. Like the only thing not realistic about the eyes, not realistic about the picture are the eyes, because the eyes they're not really realistic. They're kind of realistic, but they're not. And most people say that I kind of agree, but just most people say that fur is pretty hard to draw. And then after that, I get the dots tool. My bad. Yes, I have a laptop. No, I'm not using the touch screen. You can use. This is what I mostly do. I'll mostly get confused by that. This is what I don't really like. I mostly get confused by which layers, but that's okay. Everyone makes mistakes sometimes. Now I get the dots tool and draw like a little bitty of fur splatters. And by the way, I don't just do all this. I actually mix some with the brush tool. The pencil tool I use to like lay out the fur. Then I use the smudge tool to like make little more details. And then after that, I use the dots tool to make the fur patterns. Same with the burn tool. It can be a while when I draw. I mean, I'm not good at editing. I'm not gonna really speed the video art really because I'm not really good at that. Because I'm just a child. And most people believe that if you're a child, you draw like a toddler, but if you're an adult, you draw like the Mona Lisa, the person that drew the Mona Lisa. But that ain't really true because it depends on how many times you practice. It's not about gender. It's not about. Yes, I'm a girl, by the way. It's not about your skin tone. It's not about how old you are. It's about how much time you put effort in your drawings. Like if you put less effort, you're not gonna actually improve. You're gonna let yourself down. But if you do take your time and don't try to rush and try to hurry, my bad, I actually almost closed the application by accident. And then I use the highlight tool for. I use both the highlight and the mid-tone tool to make it stand out more. And by the way, no, I'm not gonna do like the whole video of me drawing the whole entire picture. I'm just drawing only the fur part right here, and I'm done. That's like a tutorial. And if you don't know how to draw fur, don't feel bad, because I'm not really good at drawing fur, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you get the highlight tool, and then keep making like little splatters. After with after making little splatters, this is what I do. Next, if you watch it, And then you keep doing it over and over and over again until you manage to get the fur good. And also, I make the breast 1 pix. Same with the. I only make the breast 1 pix because 2 pix is gonna be too big. Make sure you don't have it way too big. So I make it 1 pix. I was going to say that. Also, I highly recommend you to, if you're have if you have like a tablet and want to draw like this, you should have like a stylus or something to use it instead of using your finger, because your finger is gonna be pretty way too big and it'll be hard. The stylus will probably be easier. And I don't think there's like a mobile app that has like the dots tool unless it's like a mobile app version of GIMP or Photoshop. But yeah. Like I also use a bit of the smudge tool to like spread it out more. Then I'm going on the burn tool. I use the highlight because it's easier than the midtones. And the more and more you start to look at it, it's gonna kind of look like fur. But if you like add more and more details, you're gonna make it look like fur. Cause doing just the burn and dodge tool ain't just gonna make it look really like fur. Just gonna look like it's invisible weird strands or something. And no, I'm not gonna do the color replacement at all. I'm just showing the techniques. Like if I want, and also this fox is supposed to be rainbow. And I only do the red fox base because number one, the fox is nearly related to is a red fox, and number two, having like a red, having like a animal as a base and then replacing the color is kind of easier than searching up for fake fur and trying to copy the colors and style of fake fur and then have it as a character. That's pretty difficult. So that's why I'm doing this technique. I also mix a bit of black and white in the paintbrush. This is where I start with the layer. But I kind of messed up a bit. And if you know how to draw fur, you don't need to use technique. My technique grade. I'm just posting this video. So for those who don't know, can probably learn in the future. And by the way, don't feel bad if you don't know how to draw fur, because not everyone is really good. like the people that draw really hyper realistically, more realistic than me, they put like a lot of time if their work than me. I highly doubt. And then I add a new layer, and I mostly get a brush tool, and same with the dots and burn tool. I use one pix, and then I draw like little individual strands for like the darker part of the fur. I know I already have it from the burn tool, but it's adding how much more detail to just have it like blend like that. If you feel lazy to do it, you can copy and paste, but I'm not going to copy and paste, but I'll only do it if I do close patterns and I feel too lazy to draw all of it over and over again. But if you like the way how you draw fur, don't just try to sit there and try and go highly change your detail into mine and then be like and then try your best to do it and you don't know how to do it. If you're comfortable of drawing for how you like to do it, I don't really care because I'm doing it because I just like to show people how I draw for. It doesn't have to really be perfect, you know, friends, but don't make it way too close. Don't make all of them way too close, because you make it a little bit close like this, but don't make it way too close. Like it's like smudge up all. And if you do have a smudge up, get the get the eraser pictures in one pick. I mostly like doing stuff in one pick because one pick is like thin, and that's how fur is. Fur is thin. Like you don't see fur that's really thick. Like if you take a piece of dog fur and or get a human hair, you get a small strand. I'm sorry again with the birds. Like it's too cold for me to put them outside, and I wanna put them in a different room where I don't really trust anyone else in my family to be there, since my birds are really delicate and they're parakeets. And then I use the sweats tool and then make like the first pattern. It kind of look like a tiger, I'm not gonna lie, but it's not gonna look like a. And if you think that's gonna look awful, just lower the opacity or something. And don't just do it like this because you're gonna make it kind of look bland and weird and ugly. Like if you feel like an image is way too dark to you, lower the opacity. So that way it doesn't look weird, dude. I want to see how the eraser tool is like. And if you want to be a really good artist, just try to look at the animal's fur and their nose and their mouth of how it's gonna look. And a little bit, but I think this is good enough. Then I add a new layer. Do the same thing with the black, but with the white. And then after that, I might add a little bit of white fur since it has like two different type of fur colors. Actually three, but like white fur's like on top of the red fur. That's like a design. It's a red fox. And you see how it started to kind of look like fur a bit if you add more details. And I like adding details to my drawing. And if you try to do this technique on paper, it will be pretty hard because I don't think there's a dodge and burn tool in real life. But I'm not gonna make a video of how I draw it digitally because I'm not good at it. And if I really am good at it, I would probably make a video about it. But the camera card will be pretty bad. I'll try to practice. I'm not recording so bad. Like my awful video of how I look at my awful drawings. And then same with the black fur. Just lower the opacity if you don't like of how the fur looks to you. And if you feel like it's bored to you, just draw patiently and concentrate. By the way, this is how I mostly concentrate. I mostly put music in my drawing. I draw. I play music in the background draw. But I'm not gonna do it in this video because I don't want to get copyright by playing someone's music in my video without permission. Even though it might say it's. Even though most YouTubers do that, but I don't want to get copyright. Like, it's like they play a part of bit of like a TV show from Nickelodeon. Viacom will freaking copyright it. And I kind of remember me putting all these series on YouTube. Me drawing something to put music background. I should probably take them down, But I want to keep them up for my childhood to see how I came all the way up of how I drew stuff. Like sometimes the eyes are too weird, the ears are like big and humongous. And if you feel like the stripes are way too big, if you like smudge it, use the eraser tool to like spread the fur apart. And by the way, this is not a video, I'm actually drawing it. Like that. Oops, I made the merge visible. There. Since there's like white fur bit all over, I'm gonna draw a little bit of white fur. And the best way to like be kind of good to draw fur is to concentrate. Even though it can take long, it is pretty good. Same with cooking. If you like cook something, you don't rush. You just take your time. Because if you rush, you're gonna mess up the cooking. And and if you look at the animal fur board and try to copy it, you're actually doing it really good for using a reference. And yes, I know what a reference is. Like a it's like an image that you copy that helps you of how to draw things. Like the image helped me how to draw like the like different fur patterns of the fox. And no, it's not cheating. It's actually helpful. Like at first, I don't really use references. Just that when I try to draw realistically, but that is pretty bad. If you want to draw realistic animals, don't just try to draw realistic as possible and expect it to look really good because it's not. You're making it look bad. The the point of drawing realistically is to take your time. You put it up more because that's where the helmet goes. Also, just use an image to how to draw the tongue. Using images is really helpful. It's pretty resourceful and you can make a good drawing looking at image well. And I don't know if other programs have this, but Photoshop has the color replacement tool. All it does is like replace a color of something. This is what technique I'm doing. Like, there's probably two ways to do that. Either you either let me see what happens if I put it in one pix. It kind of looks nice if I do that. You just take your time and don't rush. And you draw something. Don't just try to draw realistically to see you're the best. I mean, draw realistically it has like it's like you have to practice a lot to do it well. And I don't know how many years I have developed drawing, but I know I have improved a lot after how many drawings I did young. Most of them were bad, most of them were good, but everyone will have a bad drawing at least. No one drawing start off perfect, or no one start off drawing like drawing the Mona Lisa. You just draw to improve, and it's pretty hard for me to teach people to draw stuff, how I draw stuff. And I'm like a child. Like, I'm not a professional, I'm just a child. I guess this is good enough. I guess I'll probably keep that part. And then I do more part of the face. And then just copy it. And I also did that one time on my DeviantArt page with the squirrel and the turtle to make the drawing easier. But now oops, I didn't mean to do that. And then when I draw like texture, I like increase the size of the smudge tool. And most people believe smudge tool are bad, but it's only bad if you don't lower the opacity. You have to lower it if you want to make it look good. Just drawing it and don't lower it, it's bad. Unless this is how I mostly say. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty bad. I did not really good. I mostly want to get the red, since it's a red fox. I kind of like do it all over the picture. I want to get the darker one because it's much more smooth and nice. But drawing fur takes a lot of time. Trust me, it's not easy. I've actually seen most speed paints. This is pretty hard. It can take up probably much an hour or a minute, couple minutes to get done to draw a realistic fur. I'm not talking about the cartoon fur or the fur that is not not like detail. It's just flat. But you can use the same technique of drawing fur in human hair. Um, Either in human hair, short hair, long hair, or grass. I don't know how it will work, but it can be good because both. But you have to make the grass thicker. That's the difference. You don't just make it like how you ever want it. You're supposed to make it thicker. Most people think that saying with black is bad, but if you practice and practice, it tries to lower the opacity. But if you do it on digital art, it would be pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie, but it usually like it. For this, in digital, you should just lower the opacity. But you don't do that, it's bad. I don't know how long it would take me to like complete the actual first style really well. Like drawing a red, but I'm not gonna lie, drawing a red fox is pretty hard. Then drawing a freaking wolf. Red wolf, wolves, gray wolves are not really hard. Just do it really great, and then you're pretty done. And it's any animal's hard. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna just say a fox is hard because many animal fur is hard because you gotta develop the color. The color. You have to do the color. You have to do the darkness. Yeah, fur. But fur is pretty kind of easier to draw than clothing. Clothing is hard. I don't know why I'm saying all this. No one really cares. Oops. I couldn't touch my touchpad. And also, kind of use other colors to make the fur well. Don't just use orange. Don't use white. Don't just do that because you're just too lazy to make other colors. Because if you look really closely, you can see other colors than just red, black, or brown, white. Once again, you can use any type of color when you draw fur. Like you can make it green. but 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 the easier thing to do is just draw the animal that it's supposed to be, and then use the color replacement tool if you have Photoshop. But you want to get Photoshop to get the color replacement tool. It's easy. Just look up videos on YouTube how to get it for free. Then you can get it for free instead of just wasting instead of buying it and wasting your money. Yeah, it's pretty illegal to do it. But if you like, be careful. Make sure you read the comments. Make sure you have a virus protector, Neutron security. So yeah, because if you don't have anything like that, you're gonna probably get a virus from some scam. But make sure you read the comments from YouTube and see if people say that you can easily get a virus. Look at the dislike video. Look at the dislike ratio, and then you have it. And also, you need to get one RAM or something. Like, you need to get like a other program to like extract the files and kind of hack, and then boom, you got it for free. You don't need to pay. You just got it for free. Just use many colors as possible. You want to make a good looking fur tone. You want to make a good drawing. But change the smudge tool size a lot. And if you want to dodge over, the best thing you have to do, from my opinion, is like use the smudge tool a lot and use the brush tool a lot and lower the opacity kind of a lot to develop the fur color pattern or something. But if you're drawing something like a animal that has black fur, you could use a lot of like white tool and gray tools. Same thing. Same with the white fur. If you're drawing like a albino or any animal with melon. Yes, that's what it's called. Melon. Melon is the black fur if the animal's all black, like a black panther. Albino's like an all white animal. You can use a bit of brown, like do like the dark part of the snout. Like use many type of fur color. Use many colors that's kind of related to the color of the animal. Like if you're using orange fur, even though this is a red fox, I would say orange fur because this is not red. You can use red, you can use yellow, you can use brown, white, black, any color. Not blue or anything. You can use a little bit of blue or something, but I don't really know. It's like you're drawing whatever. And then I can do this. Like if you want to like color, change the filter color. Don't want to mess it up. Just like use like a cool filter. Use photo filter on Photoshop. You can do that in Photoshop Element or anything. You can do it on any Photoshop or any Adobe product, but Photoshop kind of works the best if you want to get like a good drawing or something. I want to use yellow for the good filter. What about white? But you want to make the fur a different color, but don't want to use a color person. Use like a brush tool or a pencil tool, and then smudge it, and then use the and then lower the opacity. You can just smudge it till it's like clear, or you can smudge it and then lower the opacity. Why are you doing that? Or if you want to like make a spot darker, use like the highlights part of the shadow. And then do the same with the dots too. And then we use a bit of white again, and then I probably will be done with how I got the fresh. You'll have to like spill out sometimes. Sometimes you don't have to spill it out. Sometimes you can, but it will not look good if you don't do it. This is the best I can do, so yeah. Also, make sure you save, and that's how I draw fur on like an animal. I get rid of my. Anyway, guys, that's how I draw fur on my laptop. So, anyway, goodbye, guys.